Today we're doing the cosine rule, which is different to the other one in Soccer. Okay, so the cosine rule is like the sine rule we learnt yesterday. It can be used on any triangle, this formula. Okay, so once again, you're labeling your triangle up again. So you're going to call the angles with the capital letters, so A, B, and C. And then the side opposite becomes so if you've got angle B, as you can see here, the side opposite becomes little b. And so you're going to use the same way, same setup to use these formulas. So there's a couple of different combinations that you can use. So if you're finding the side length of a triangle and you're going to use the cosine rule, you would use one of these three. Now be careful, it is actually, this formula says squared. So if you type this in, you make sure that you use solve and go comma, let's say you are finding little a, because that's actually a. So that's a squared, that formula. Now if you rearrange this formula, you can use this one, and this one would give you the angle. All right, so once again, say you were trying to find, this was the question, angle A would be what you're missing. So just be careful, put solve in there and comma big A, that'd be what you're finding to do it. So let's go have a practice. So there are all the rules, this formula, and you look, see, I just wrote that one there. Oh no, sorry, we're doing A, sorry, that one there. And let's have a look. So we've got the triangle ABC and a couple of things in the centimeters. So when can you use the cosine rule is when you'll notice you have two sides and the included angle. Do you see what I mean? It means the angle in between the two sides that are given. So if I go and label this triangle up, so they've called that B, so I'm going to call that little b, and they've called that one A, so this is actually little a. And they want you to find the length AB. So for me, AB is actually this one. So this is the question, C. So as you can see, you go, all right, I need to use C, and I've got two sides and the included angle. So that would mean I use the cosine formula. So it's A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cos C. And then you just substitute all that in. So you don't know what C squared is, but you know A is 5, you know B is 10, then 2 times 5 times 10 times cos, and 67, and you do that. So then we would just put solve in our calc and go comma C, and you'll end up with this answer here. So C equals, it said 2 decimal places, so 9.27. Okay? Alright, so you just got to be careful that, make sure you use the solve so you don't stuff it up. If you have another look, now they're asking you in this next question to find the magnitude of the angle ABC. When they say, they don't say find the size of the angle, they use the word magnitude. That's the word, apparently the correct English. And when they do angle ABC, it's the one in the middle that you want. So this is the question, X here. Now, if you look, you can use the cosine rule because we have, when you've got all three sides of a triangle, which you don't know is a right angle, so you may as well use this cosine rule. And because it's angle B, you can see that they've written the B rule. They've written cos B equals A squared plus C squared minus B squared over 2AC. Then we'll substitute what we know. I'm going to call it X now, because that's the one. Now, this would be side A, because it's opposite side A. This would be side C, and this would be side B. So we'd have 12 squared plus 6 squared minus 15 squared over 2 times 12 times 6. And once again, you can do solve, comma X, and we'll end up with X equals 108.2 1 because they said 2 decimal places. So we might actually write angle ABC equals 108.21 degrees. That's what we should write as our answer. Okay, so I've grabbed some questions from exams so that you can see. Later on in the unit, I'm going to show you a calculator program which can help just spit out the answers for you as long as you put all the right data in. But they know that you've got that program now, so they'll do questions like this where it tests your theory on do you actually know the formula. So here it says the lengths of the triangles are 3, 6 and 5. So we can see we've got all 3 sides and they want to know an angle. So if that's the case, we'd use the cosine rule. So we're going to label up this triangle. So we're going to label up the triangle. So I've just called it ABC and I've got little a, little b, oh sorry, that's C. C and B. So what, for me, because I've labelled that triangle, I want cos A. That's the one I'm going to do. So if I did cos A, the formula states that you would do B squared plus C squared minus A squared. So you guys just go back to, so you'll learn them. Anyway, so then we're going to plug in what we know. So we don't know what X is, and we'll put the other things. So we'd have 3 squared plus 6 squared minus 5 squared over 2 times 3 times 6. So you're looking for that answer, and was that somewhere? 3 squared, this one? This looks good, doesn't it? Yep. So we're going to say there's our answer. See how it's nice and early in the piece? Question 3 wouldn't be too hard in an exam. So I'm pretty happy to say it was probably straightforward. Yeah? Okay, here's a couple of more practical questions. So they said find the distance between the boats. So you can see here, that would be there. So because I've already called this one A, this one B, I'm going to call down here C, and then I'll label up my triangle. So I know that's little C, that's little A, and that's little B. Now they want the distance between the boats. So for me, that is side C. So I'm going to go write the formula for that, which is C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB cos C. Then we're going to go plug in everything we know. So C squared is what I'm trying to find. A is 4, 6. We should make sure that the units are all the same. So I've just double checked and they're both kilometres, so that's okay. Times cos 30. Make sure your calculator's on degrees, and we just pop in solve, comma C, and we'll get the answer. So I got C to equal 3 I'm just going to do 1 decimal place kilometres. Okay, so let's do another one. This did come up in an exam a while ago. In a game of beach soccer, a player at point F is attempting to kick a goal. She is 6 metres from one goal post and 8 metres from the other goal post at H. Where she is standing, the angle through which she can shoot the goal still score a goal is 19 degrees as shown below. The distance between the goal posts, G and H. So what I suggest you do is just label your triangle the way we would do it. So ABC, I'm going to call that little a, this is little b, and this is little c. And they want the distance between G and H. So for us, it's little a. So then you go write the formula. Now, because you've got 2 sides and an included angle, you'd be using the cosine. So A squared equals B squared plus C squared minus 2BC cos A. That makes me a lot quicker because I know the formulas without having to flick back. It can save you a bit of time. So 8 squared plus 6 squared minus 2 times 8 times 6 times cos 19. And then once again, just do solve, comma A, and get the answer. So our A is actually going to be GH equals. Okay, so I got it to be as close as 2, so I'm just going to round to 1 meter, closest meter. It was 3 meters. Okay, and that sounds reasonable, 3 meters for opening of a goal. If you got 30 meters, know that that's wrong. That's going to be a stupid answer. So they're the things that help you trigger that you've done something right or wrong. All right, off you go today. You should be completing 18C. And also make sure that you've done 18B yesterday. If you haven't, make sure you get that done so you can ask me if you need help. All right, off you go.